I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Sameer Gupta, Chairman, CII Atmanirbhar Bharat, RE Manufacturing and Chairman, Managing Director for Jackson Group. Sir, please. Now I would like to invite Mr. Sameer Gupta to kindly deliver the welcome remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. His Excellency Shri Bhagwat Khubaji, Minister of State for New and Renewable Energy, Chemical and Fertilizers, Government of India. Her Excellency Ms. Kadri Simpson, European Commissioner for Energy, dignitaries, speakers, participants, and members of media. I wish to extend a very warm welcome to all of you on my behalf and on behalf of CII. Special thanks to His Excellency Shri Bhagwat Khubaji and Her Excellency Ms. Kadri Simpson for sparing their valuable time. I think COVID-19 was a humbling moment that brought the collective might and power of all nations of the world to a standstill. I believe biggest beneficiary of COVID is the push to climate change movement, as leaders globally are committed to carbon neutrality. There is clearly consensus on two things. One is that we need to adopt renewable energy, and B, we need to have shock-resilient supply chain infrastructure across the world. While we may say that this pandemic has reached stage of endemic, clearly a lot needs to be done to forestall threat of global warming. Heat wave across Europe or North America, or drying rivers, or soaring temperatures or floods are proofs that global warming is a huge concern. I'm sure we will all agree that global warming does not differentiate between developing and developed nations. There was an article in Economist which I was reading recently, and that talks about severity of climate change. The article specifically mentioned that heat waves and floods around the world may be a taste for years to come. Perhaps what we are seeing is just tip of the iceberg. This is indeed scary and a matter of concern. I think good news is that carbon neutrality agenda has gathered momentum. I think there is clear commitment made by leaders globally during COP26 conference to work on carbon neutrality. In 2018, only 25% of the countries across the world had a decarbonization horizon. Today, it's close to 90%, and that's a major shift. I think three triggers which is driving this behavior. One is climate change mitigation, second is energy security, and third is net zero targets. COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted supply chains globally, and countries across the world are reworking on their long-term supply chain strategies. Coming to India, we are committed to target of 500 gigawatt of RE capacity by 2030. India today is the third largest renewable energy producer in the world, and we have successfully attracted investment of over $75 billion in this sector. Honorable Prime Minister launched Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative with clear objectives of making our country self-reliant and making India a global manufacturing hub. Many incentives, both for domestic sales as well as exports, and innovative schemes like production-linked incentive, etc., have been announced over the last 2 years to promote manufacturing. I think there is a clear realization that it's time to unleash manufacturing potential in India in RE sector. India would be second to none, and we are well poised to become a global manufacturing hub. I believe India can be most competitive in manufacturing, and India has proven this in past in many sectors like wind, auto, pharma, textiles, agro, etc. India indeed has advantage of stable geopolitical environment and thriving manufacturing ecosystem across industries. India offers the best skilled talent, R&D expertise, and world-class engineering solutions. Entire world is looking at alternate supply chain destination, and India is certainly best suited. Significant investments in manufacturing have been announced in last couple of years, be it for manufacture of solar modules or cells, or polysilicon or electrolyzers or fuel cells or batteries or glass or other related components. The manufacturing capacity committed is far more than what we need in this country. And there is clear intent of Indian manufacturing sector to play a dominant role in global supply chain. With adoption of hydrogen and ammonia as fuel, over long term, India aims to be net exporter of energy. I think both India and EU countries have ambitious greening goals within the climate change agenda. Many companies across EU and India have made announcements of being net zero by 2050 or earlier. EU has an ambitious aim to undertake leadership in promoting sustainability goal number 7, which is about green energy. The goal is clear, which is to provide affordable, reliable, and modern energy to all. Evidently, our objective is common, and by partnering, we can further fast-track adoption of green energy in both EU and India. India has strength of being low-cost manufacturing base, academia, and skilling, while EU has significant strength in areas of innovation, R&D, and investment. I think together we have all the resources and ingredients which are required to fast-track greening agenda. This calls for collaborative working amongst EU nations and India so that we can reap the long-term benefits of socio-economic development. We certainly need to strengthen bilateral trade and investment ties between EU nations and India. I think partnerships between government, institutions, and businesses of the two regions will play a key role in making carbon neutrality dream come true. With this, I think I will stop, and I look forward to an enriching and inspiring session over the next few days. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.